Have you ever ended a day feeling restless, replaying unfinished tasks in your head, and waking up tired even after hours in bed? If so, you are not alone. How you close your day matters as much as how you start it. Tonight, I want to show you a simple way to end each day with calm, purpose, and rest. This will help you sleep better and wake up ready for tomorrow. Welcome to BetterSelf. Here we combine personal growth with easy English. You will practice listening to clear language while learning practical steps that change your life. In this video, we will build an evening routine for success. We will move slowly through ideas, stories, and small actions you can use right away. By the end, you will have tools to end your day intentionally, rest deeply, and prepare for what comes next. Chapter 1. Why an evening routine matters. Think of your evening routine as the way you close a book. A book without a good ending leaves you hanging. You still think about the characters and the unsolved problems. You might imagine other endings all night. Now, imagine closing that book and placing it on your shelf with a soft cover and a clear sense that the story is complete. Your mind rests. An evening routine is the cover that helps you close the book of your day. There are many reasons an evening routine matters. First, it helps your brain move from active mode to rest mode. During the day, your brain is alert, solving problems, making decisions, and responding to others. If you try to sleep right after intense thinking, the brain often keeps working. You might lie awake thinking about tomorrow's to-do list. A calm evening routine tells your brain, "We are done for today. Rest now." This reduces the time it takes to fall asleep and improves sleep quality. Second, routines reduce decision fatigue. Every decision you make uses mental energy. By the evening, you have already made hundreds of small and big choices. A clear routine removes extra questions like "What should I do now?" or "Am I doing enough?" When your steps are decided, you save energy. You move to rest with a sense of completion rather than a sense of chaos. Third, an evening routine sets the stage for tomorrow. Small habits can change how you begin the next day. Doing 5 minutes of planning before bed can turn a rushed morning into a gentle one. Laying out your clothes, deciding your breakfast, or writing down the top 3 tasks gives your future self a map. This simple work tonight gives your morning a running start. To make this idea clear, consider the story of Nina, a software engineer who used to finish work late and immediately check her phone. She was always thinking about code and messages. Her sleep was poor, and her mornings felt frantic. She tried an experiment. For 2 weeks, she stopped looking at screens, an hour before bed, and wrote 2 sentences about the day. One thing she was proud of, and one thing she would do tomorrow. On the first night, she fell asleep faster. After a week, her mornings felt easier. Her work improved because she was rested, and her stress fell because she had an end-of-day ritual that helped her let go. An evening routine also supports emotional balance. Life brings losses and small frustrations. Putting these feelings into words helps them leave the mind. In studies, people who write about their feelings before bed sleep better because they move from rumination to reflection. This does not mean you need to solve everything at night. It means you acknowledge your feelings and give them a time and place, which frees your mind to rest. Finally, think about the long-term power of small decisions. Evening routines build slowly. They are like planting seeds every night. Each seed is tiny, 10 minutes of stretching, a short review of the day, preparing your workspace for tomorrow. But over weeks and months, these seeds produce a garden. You will notice less anxiety, more clarity in the morning, and a stronger sense of control over your life. Tonight, begin by understanding why closing the day matters. Let your evening routine be the closing chapter, the soft cover that tells your brain the story is complete. When you do that consistently, your rest improves, your mind calms, and the next day begins with energy and intention. Chapter 2. Mindset. Why tonight matters for tomorrow. Many people treat evenings as the leftover hours of their day. They think, "I worked all day. so the night is for anything. But the night is not waste space. It is preparation space. The mindset with which you approach your evening will change everything that follows. If you think of the evening as a chance to prepare for rest and the next day, you will act differently. This change in thinking is the foundation of an effective routine. Start with a simple shift in perspective. Imagine your day is a business meeting. You wouldn't leave a meeting by slamming the door and running away. You would summarize, delegate, and set the next agenda. The same rules apply to your day. Summarize what you did, decide what is important next, and then allow yourself to close the meeting. This mindset moves you from chaos to closure. Adopting this mindset begins with intention. When you decide that tonight matters, you create a small plan. You might say quietly to yourself, "Tonight I will prepare for tomorrow and rest well." This sentence is a mini commitment. It only takes a moment, but it directs your behavior. Set that intention when you finish work or at dinner. Saying it aloud anchors it. Let me share a story. Marco, a teacher, felt trapped in a loop of worrying about lessons. He would leave school thinking about the next day, and his sleep suffered. Then he tried a small mental change. He adopted a 1-hour buffer before bed. During this hour, he stopped planning and instead wrote a short note. 3 things he accomplished, 1 thing he would change tomorrow, and the time he planned to wake up. This tiny change prepared him and told his mind the day was closed. Within 2 weeks, his stress fell and he slept better. Another helpful mindset is to view rest as productive. Many people feel guilty when they rest, as if they are wasting time. This guilt prevents true rest. But rest is a part of success. Sleep and downtime help your brain consolidate memory, solve problems, and recharge motivation. Think of rest as an active part of your productivity system. When you accept that resting is working, you can let go of guilt and sleep well. When difficult emotions surface at night, regret, sadness, or fear, use a different mindset technique, noticing. Instead of fighting the feeling, notice it and give it a label. I feel worried. Then imagine placing that feeling on a shelf for the night. You can come back to it tomorrow with fresh energy. This simple act of noticing and delaying can stop those feelings from hijacking your sleep. Create a short nightly mantra to reinforce your new approach. Something like, I close today, I rest well, I prepare for tomorrow. Repeat it before your evening routine. This small repetition changes your brain's expectations. It tells your nervous system to move toward calm. Finally, remember progress over perfection. Even a small mindset shift matters. You will not be perfect every night. Some nights you will be busy, anxious, or tired. The goal is to lean into the idea that evening time matters. Over weeks, this thinking becomes habit. Your mind learns. When night comes, we slow down, we close, and we prepare. That is how you build an evening routine that supports success. Chapter 3. Create a gentle wind-down ritual. A wind-down ritual is a series of small actions that help your body and mind move from busy to calm. The key word is gentle. This ritual should not feel like another task to complete. Instead, it should be comforting, predictable, and short enough to be sustainable. Aim for 30 to 60 minutes, but if you only have 10, do 10 focused minutes. Consistency matters more than length. Start by choosing activities that do 2 things. They reduce stimulation and they increase comfort. Reading a low-stakes book, stretching gently, sipping a warm caffeine-free drink, or taking a warm shower are classic examples. Avoid anything too exciting or demanding. Save problem-solving, urgent messages, and complex tasks for daytime. A wind-down ritual has a predictable order. Predictability helps your brain know what comes next. Think of the ritual like a small play with 3 acts: disengage, reflect, and prepare. In the disengage act, you turn off work mode signals, close your laptop, silence email notifications, and step away from bright screens. In the reflect act, You review the day in a calm way. Note what went well and what you will change. In the Prepare Act, you do a small task for tomorrow. Lay out clothes, write a short plan, or set out a water bottle. When your mind sees this pattern repeatedly, it learns to switch into rest mode. Story can make this clear. Sarah, a nurse, used to come home exhausted and slump into bed with the TV on, scrolling her phone. Her sleep was shallow, and she often woke up thinking of missed tasks. She created a 45-minute wind-down ritual, 10 minutes of shower and getting into comfortable clothes, 10 minutes of stretching and breath work, 10 minutes of reading a calm book, and 15 minutes of light journaling about the day and the next morning. She started this routine slowly and followed it almost every night. Within a month, she reported deeper sleep and fewer nighttime worries. The ritual signaled to her body that the day was over and it was time to rest. Include sensory elements in your ritual. The human brain responds strongly to senses: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. Use a soft light or a dim lamp rather than bright overhead lighting. Play quiet instrumental music or nature sounds if they help you relax. Put on comfortable fabric, something you associate with rest. A warm herbal tea can be calming. Scents like lavender or chamomile in a small diffuser can create a gentle cue for sleep. These sensory anchors make the ritual feel special and guide your nervous system toward calm. One effective part of a wind-down ritual is a short breathing practice. You do not need long meditations. Try a simple pattern. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, breathe out for 6, and rest for 2. Repeat this for 5 breaths. This pattern slows the heart rate and signals safety to the body. It can be done sitting on the edge of the bed, in a chair, or even standing. Keep the ritual scalable. Some nights you will be exhausted and only have 10 minutes. Other nights you can enjoy a full hour. The goal is to have a predictable set of calming actions you can rely on. Over time, your brain will build a strong association between these actions and sleep. Finally, personalize the ritual. What calms one person may irritate another. You are aiming for comfort and predictability. Try different elements for a few weeks and notice how your sleep responds. Adjust until it feels like a gentle path to rest rather than a chore. When you create and keep a gentle wind-down ritual, you prepare both body and mind for deep, restorative sleep. Chapter 4. Manage screens and light. In our modern world, screens are everywhere. They are helpful, entertaining, and often necessary for work. But screens also deliver bright light and constant stimulation that confuse the brain when evening comes. Our bodies use light as a signal. Bright light tells the brain, stay awake. So, managing screens and light is essential for a good evening routine. Start with a simple rule. Dim the lights before bed. Bright overhead lights mimic daytime and keep your brain alert. Switch to lamps, warm bulbs, or dimmers if you can. Warm light is closer to the red and orange end of the color spectrum, which is less stimulating. If you have smart bulbs, set an automatic dimming schedule. This small change tells your body it is time to slow down. Screens are the tricky part because they combine light with content that can be emotional or mentally engaging. The light emitted from screens, especially the blue light, suppresses melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. Turning on night mode or reducing blue light can help, but the content still keeps your mind active. Watching intense movies, reading emotional social media posts, or responding to work emails will keep your brain engaged. Create a screen cutoff time. For many people, 1 hour before bed is a good start. During this hour, switch from screens to low stimulation activities, read a book, listen to soft music, or do light stretching. If you must use your phone for an alarm, then put it in airplane mode and use a physical alarm or a dedicated alarm clock. A consistent screen cutoff becomes a non-negotiable part of your routine. There are practical tools you can use. Blue light blocking glasses filter the most stimulating wavelengths. Apps like F-Lux or built-in night mode change screen color in the evening. But tools do not replace the need to reduce overall screen time. Think of these tools as support, not a fix. If you work late and need screens close to bedtime, try a buffer period where you move from active work to passive screen use. For example, after finishing work, look at calming visuals like nature videos with gentle sounds rather than fast-paced news or shows. The transition helps your brain move from problem-solving mode to passive observation. Even better, switch to an audiobook or a podcast with a slow and quiet voice. Light is not only about screen. Streetlights, device chargers, and small indicator lights can also disturb your sleep. Cover bright LEDs on electronics or move devices away from your bed. A small blackout curtain can block external light and create a deeper sleep environment. Consider the role of bright morning light too. Getting bright natural light in the morning helps set your circadian rhythm. When you expose yourself to sunlight early, your body learns when to be awake and when to sleep. This makes the evening light reductions much more effective. A simple walk outside in the morning or opening curtains can strengthen your evening routine's power. Finally, be realistic and gentle with yourself. If you live in a busy household or have a job that requires late-night messages, work with what is possible. Reduce screens gradually. Start with 30 minutes and increase. Notice how your sleep responds and adjust. Managing screens and light is not about perfection. It is about creating a consistent signal that night is for rest. Chapter 5. Design your sleep environment. Your bedroom is a signal to your brain. Make it speak the language of sleep. Designing your sleep environment is not about luxury. It is about making small changes that help your body relax and stay asleep. You do not need a perfect room. You need a room that protects your rest. First, focus on temperature. The ideal bedroom temperature for many people is cool, around 16, 19, 60, 67. A cooler room helps your body drop its core temperature, which supports sleep. If you cannot lower the temperature, use breathable sheets, a fan, or a light blanket. The goal is comfort that allows your body to cool naturally. Second, aim for darkness. Even small amounts of light can reduce deep sleep. Use blackout curtains, eye masks, or move bright objects away from view. If a partner needs a nightlight, use a soft red or amber light that is less disruptive. Darkness communicates to your brain that it is time for deep rest. Third, reduce noise or make it predictable. Unexpected sounds, sirens, dogs, late-night traffic can wake you. If you cannot control external noise, try white noise, a fan, or gentle soundscapes that create a steady background. Some people prefer earplugs. Others like a small, consistent sound like rain or ocean waves. The idea is to reduce sudden changes in the soundscape. Fourth, organize your space. A cluttered room can keep your mind busy. If your bedroom feels like a storage room, your brain may associate it with unfinished tasks. Keep surfaces tidy and store work materials elsewhere. Make the bed and arrange pillows so that the space feels calm. Save the bedroom for sleep and intimacy rather than work or TV by. This strong mental association between bed and sleep strengthens your routine. Fifth, choose a comfortable mattress and pillow. You do not need the most expensive options, but your mattress should support your body and limit pain. A pillow that keeps your neck comfortable and aligned helps you stay asleep. Try different positions and notice how you feel in the morning. Small investments in comfort can repay you with consistent sleep. Scent can be subtle but powerful. A small diffuser with lavender or chamomile can create a soothing atmosphere. Use scents you find calming. Some people prefer citrus-free aromas. Keep scents mild and consistent, so they become a cue for relaxation. Consider electronics in the bedroom carefully. If you use your phone as an alarm, place it face down and away from your head, or use a separate alarm clock. Remove work devices entirely if possible. The less temptation to check messages, the easier it is to rest. Finally, design with consistency in mind. You are building cues. When your body sees the same environment night after night, it learns what to expect. Even small rituals, putting on a specific pillowcase, dimming a lamp, or arranging a book on the bedside table, become mental triggers for sleep. Think of your bedroom as a stage for rest. Set that stage the same way each night, and your body will learn to perform the act of sleep more easily. Chapter 6. Process the day. A simple evening review. Our minds are busy filing experiences all the time. If moments remain unprocessed, they cause a slow leak of anxiety. An evening review helps you close mental loops. It is a short, calm practice that moves thoughts from the space of anxiety into a small, tidy list that you can handle tomorrow. This is not about overthinking, it is about organizing. A useful evening review has 3 simple parts: recognition, release, and plan. Recognition means naming what happened and what you felt. Release means letting go of anything you cannot change tonight. Plan means choosing one small step for tomorrow. Start with recognition. Take 5 to 10 minutes and think back through your day. What went well? What felt hard? Try to name one specific moment you are grateful for and one moment that caused stress. This helps balance your view and prevents the mind from focusing only on negatives. For example, you may say, "I enjoyed a calm lunch with a friend, and I felt frustrated during the meeting." Naming specifics makes the review concrete and helpful. Next, practice release. For the things you cannot change tonight, arguments, mistakes, interruptions, write a short line. "I accept this for now." If something must be solved, give it a place for tomorrow instead of letting it spin in your mind. For instance, if you forgot to reply to a client, write a note. Email client about deadline, tomorrow 9:30. This simple step moves the task out of your head and into a scheduled moment. Finally, make a simple plan. Choose 1 to 3 clear priorities for tomorrow. These priorities should be specific and achievable. Instead of be productive, choose finish slide deck by 2 p.m. or walk for 20 minutes at lunch. Small specificity helps you start quickly in the morning. When you wake up, the plan is already there. Your brain does not need to waste energy deciding what to do. People often worry that planning before bed will lead to racing thoughts. But the opposite is true if you do it the right way. By writing tasks down and assigning them a time, you tell your mind the problem is handled. This creates space for quiet. Again, the intention matters. You are not thinking about solutions all night. You are giving tomorrow a gentle map. Let me share an example. Daniel, a business owner, used to lie awake thinking of all the things he needed to do. He tried creating a quick tomorrow list every night. He wrote down 3 key tasks and 1 personal plan, like 10-minute stretch after waking. He noticed that he fell asleep faster and woke up with a clearer sense of direction. He no longer spent morning minutes trying to remember where he left off. Make the evening review short and gentle. 5 to 15 minutes is enough. Keep a small notebook at your bedside. If you prefer digital tools, use a simple note app, but avoid long lists that can feel overwhelming. The goal is mental closure and a small, clear plan for tomorrow. Over time, this practice reduces anxiety and improves the quality of both your nights and your mornings. Chapter 7. Sleep Hygiene and Timing Gone. Sleep hygiene is a set of habits that support better sleep. It sounds technical, but the idea is simple. Good habits help your body do its natural work. When we pair these habits with a consistent routine, sleep becomes easier and more reliable. The first part of sleep hygiene is consistent timing. Our bodies like predictability. Going to bed and waking at the same times every day, even on weekends, strengthens your internal clock. When you vary your sleep schedule greatly, you confuse your body, and sleep quality drops. Aim for a consistent window for sleep. If you must catch up, Try to limit variation to no more than 1 hour on weekends. Second, consider the timing of activities that affect sleep. Avoid heavy meals, alcohol, and intense exercise close to bedtime. A large meal can cause discomfort and indigestion, while alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, but reduces sleep quality later in the night. Intense exercise raises body temperature and alertness. Try to finish heavy workouts at least 2 hours before bed. Gentle movement like walking or stretching can be calming closer to bedtime. Third, think about caffeine. Caffeine stays in your system longer than many people realize. A cup of coffee in the late afternoon can still affect your sleep. If you notice difficulty falling asleep, move caffeine earlier in the day or reduce it altogether. Tea also contains caffeine, so choose herbal options in the evening. Fourth, consider napping. Short naps can be refreshing, but long or late naps can interfere with nighttime sleep. If you nap, keep it to 20-30 minutes and avoid napping late in the day. Short, early naps can boost alertness without disturbing your nocturnal rest. Fifth, use light strategically. We covered evening light earlier, but daytime light matters too. Bright daylight exposure in the morning anchors your circadian rhythm. Try to get at least 20 minutes of sunlight early in the day. This makes it easier for your body to release melatonin in the evening. Sixth, manage worries that stop sleep. If you find yourself replaying problems at night, use the worry time technique earlier in the evening. Spend 15-20 minutes in late afternoon or early evening listing your worries and brainstorming small steps. This small window keeps problems from creeping into bedtime. Seventh, consider bedtime rituals that cue sleep. A consistent pre-sleep sequence helps your body relax. This includes the wind-down ritual we discussed, dim lights, calming activities, short breathing, and a nightly mantra or phrase that signals closure. Over time, this sequence becomes automatic and helps you fall asleep faster. Lastly, if you struggle with persistent insomnia or daytime fatigue, consult a healthcare professional. Sleep is biological, and sometimes medical or psychological factors need attention. There are effective treatments and strategies available, and a professional can help you find the best path. In short, sleep hygiene is about small, consistent habits, timing, food and drink choices, managing exercise and naps, and using light effectively. When these routines are aligned with a calm evening ritual, your sleep quality improves and your energy grows. Treat sleep as a skill you can learn, and be patient with the process. Chapter 8. Calm emotions before bed. Evening is often when feelings surface. The quiet and darkness can make small worries grow. Handling emotions before bed is not about avoiding feelings. It is about giving them a gentle place so they do not take over your night. This chapter shows ways to process emotions without staying awake. First, name the feeling. Labeling emotions, I'm anxious, I'm sad, or I'm disappointed, helps your brain step back from the emotion. Naming reduces the intensity because your thinking engages a different part of the brain. You can do this quietly or write it down. A single line is enough. I felt anxious about the meeting today. Second, practice brief journaling. You do not need an elaborate diary. A short paragraph or bullet list is enough. What happened, how you felt, and one thing you learned or will try tomorrow. Writing externalizes the feeling and makes it manageable. Some people prefer audio notes, speaking into a recorder for a few minutes, and then stopping. The act of committing the thought somewhere else frees your mind. Third, use a time-bound worry window earlier in the evening. Set a timer for 10 to 20 minutes and let yourself worry, plan, and process. When the time ends, close the notebook and move on. This technique keeps worry from bursting into bedtime when it is less helpful. Fourth, practice acceptance. Sometimes we resist feelings, and resistance makes them louder. Acceptance is not approval, it is recognition. Say to yourself, this is hard right now, and allow the feeling to exist without fighting it. After recognition, add the sentence, "I will rest now and revisit this tomorrow." This helps your mind to defer problem solving until morning. Fifth, breathing and bodywork matter. Emotions live in the body, and physical techniques can calm them. Slow breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or a short body scan can release tension. For example, lie down and focus on your toes. Tense them for a count, then release. Move slowly up the body, tensing and releasing each part. This practice shifts your focus from worry to sensation and reduces the body's stress response. Sixth, use soothing routines like a bath, herbal tea, or soft music if they help you personally. These activities do not solve the root cause, but they create a calm state where processing becomes easier. Gentle movement like yoga or slow walking can also help emotions dissipate. Seventh, reach out when needed. If an emotion is heavy, persistent grief, anxiety, or strong sadness, talk to someone. A friend, partner, therapist, or support line can help you process. Sharing a feeling with another person reduces its burden and can lead to practical next steps. Lastly, remember that emotions ebb and flow. A single bad night does not define you. Be patient and kind. Use tonight's tools to create a safe space for sleep. Name the feeling, write a short note, practice a calming body technique, and set a plan to revisit the topic tomorrow if needed. These simple steps protect your night and help you wake with a clearer mind. Chapter 9. Plan tomorrow without overwhelm. Planning for tomorrow is one of the most powerful parts of an evening routine. The right kind of planning reduces morning stress and helps you start with clarity. The trick is to make the plan small, specific, and comforting, not long or overwhelming. Start by choosing 3 priorities. Pick 1 professional task, 1 personal task, and 1 small self-care action. For example, finish a draft by 2 p.m., call a friend at 7 p.m., and take a 20-minute walk during lunch. This simple structure balances your life and keeps the list manageable. 3 clear priorities are easier to commit to than a long, vague to-do list. Next, schedule a start time for your most important task. The human brain resists undefined beginnings. If you write work on project, you might wait without starting. But if you schedule start project at 9 a.m. for 60 minutes, you create a launchpad. When the alarm or calendar reminder comes, your morning momentum begins. Third, prepare the night before. Lay out your clothes, prepare breakfast ingredients, or set up the workspace so there is no friction in the morning. Pack your bag, put your keys in a visible place, and make small decisions now. These actions save mental energy and reduce the chance of morning decision fatigue. Fourth, include a short self-encouraging note for your morning self. Write 1 sentence like, "You did well today." Start with 1 small step. This human touch fires a small boost of motivation when you wake. Your morning self will thank you for the encouragement. Fifth, use a simple format for lists. A short notebook or a single tomorrow page works well. Avoid elaborate systems unless they serve you. A quick, clear list is better than an elaborate planner that you never open. The goal is to move items out of your head and into a concise, actionable place. Sixth, plan for obstacles. If something might derail your plans, an early meeting, a child's need, or traffic, note a backup option. For example, if you cannot go for a walk at lunch, plan a 10-minute stretching break. This reduces the stress when life changes and keeps you flexible. Seventh, avoid overscheduling. Filling every minute is a fast path to burnout. Leave buffer time between commitments and include a small margin for rest. When you schedule everything tightly, any disruption will feel like failure. A gentle schedule with room for unpredictability is a healthier approach. Finally, make it routine. Do this planning step each evening, and it will become automatic. The consistent preparation changes your morning slowly, but powerfully. You awake with fewer decisions to make and more energy for the work and life you care about. Planning is not about control. It is about creating a friendly map for your future self. The final chapter is about turning tonight's changes into lasting habits. Consistency is the real engine behind an effective evening routine. Small repeated actions become identity shaping over time. The secret is to start small and be patient. Begin with micro habits. Choose one tiny step that is easy to do. For example, 5 minutes of breathing, writing one sentence in a notebook, or dimming the lights. When you make the first step tiny, resistance falls. Each night you complete it, you build a tiny win. Over time, these wins add up and make bigger changes possible. Use habit stacking to attach a new habit to something you already do. If you always brush your teeth before bed, add the new routine immediately after brushing. Say to yourself, after I brush my teeth, I will write one sentence about today. This simple rule uses the existing habit to cue the new one, which makes it easier to stick. Track your progress in a gentle way. A habit tracker can be as simple as a calendar where you mark each day you follow your routine. Seeing a chain of days creates momentum. But do this with compassion. If you miss a day, do not turn it into failure. Notice what happened and plan to start again. A missed day does not erase the habit. Create accountability. Tell a friend, partner, or a small group about your plan. Sharing your commitment makes it more likely you will follow through. You can also report results once a week. This external connection supports consistency without pressure. Make the routine adaptable. Life changes, and so will your evenings. Travel, work shifts, and family needs can disrupt your routine. Instead of abandoning the whole plan, keep a core set of mini habits that are portable. For example, breathing, a 3-minute review, and laying out tomorrow's clothes can be done anywhere. Keep those as anchor points. Reward yourself in small ways. The reward does not need to be big. A quiet moment with a favorite tea, a small sticker in your habit tracker, or simply noting, I did it, are enough. These small positive signals help your brain link the routine to pleasure. Be patient and measure progress over weeks, not days. Habits grow slowly. Give yourself 30, 60, and 90-day check-ins. Notice improvements in sleep, mood, and morning energy. This long view reduces frustration and strengthens motivation. Finally, celebrate identity shifts. After a few weeks, remind yourself that you are the kind of person who prepares for tomorrow and values rest. Identity is powerful. When you see yourself in that way, the routine becomes part of who you are, rather than something you force yourself to do. The goal is not to be perfect. It is to be consistent and kind to yourself. Small habits, repeated nightly, create big results over time. Build slowly, stack habits, track gently, and celebrate the person you are becoming. Tonight, you learned why an evening routine matters, how to change your mindset, and how to build a gentle wind down. You learned to manage screens and light, to design a sleep-friendly room, and to process your day with a short review. You practiced simple sleep hygiene, learned ways to calm emotions, and discovered how to plan tomorrow without overwhelm. Finally, you learned that small, consistent habits are the true path to lasting change. Start tonight with one tiny step. Dim a light, write one sentence, or breathe 5 times. Keep that small act for a week and watch how it grows. Remember, success is not one big move, but many small, intentional choices made again and again. If this video helped you, subscribe to BetterSelf for more simple English lessons and practical growth tools. Each week we share ideas that improve your life and your listening skills. Sleep well, rest deeply, and wake ready to build a better day. See you next time.